What's up, y'all? Welcome back again and again and again to the pregame.
Saturday night, drinking gin yet again.
Cheers. Drinking gin yet again. Saturday night, make it right. Let's go, boy. Trying to wake up, man. I swear to God, we're like too old, man. Took a nap. I take a nap now before I go out. Remember how it used to be...
You don't even take naps.
No, I know, right? Well, now I do. I'm like, dude, all right, you can do this. You're still young. You're still young by taking a nap. I'm young, so.
We did do Thursday night, Friday night. Now we're on Saturday. Like, that's a lot.
That's the New York lifestyle, baby.
But all of them are pretty chill, so we're just being babies. You know?
They're pretty chill. Yeah, we had a dinner.
We just went out.
Yeah, we just.
outside our house.
We stayed up till 1 a.m. last night.
I know. I never do that.
That's insane. I know you don't.
Can't
you definitely
do
don't.
It again tonight.
TBD.
She will.
No. All right.
Ready to boogie oogie.
That's right. I'll just tie you around my waist like I usually do. And like in a bag. I need to. Can someone just develop a backpack that you can put your girlfriend in?
Oh my God. What?
On the back, not the front. She's not.
What?
She's too big.
Why not?
She's long. She's a very long girl. 5'7", 6, 5'7"?
Something like that.
I'm a great
7.
boyfriend. Yeah, 6'7"?
6.5.
6.5. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're fucking
I'm
huge.
6.5.
You should be starting forward of the NBA. WNBA for sure. Anyway, y'all. So this episode, we went to Austin, Texas.
Yes, we did.
That was the hottest city in growth, residentially.
Everyone and their mother wanted to move there.
Well, if their mother was also a millennial. Every millennial basically moved there starting with the pandemic. The pandemic really pushed a lot of people.
2020 apparently skyrocketed in like value of homes. Like we had a friend of a friend who bought a house in Austin, I think like maybe let's say end of 2019. Literally in a year made like $100K profit.
Yo, he made that much money?
Yeah, because he bought a house.
Oh, man. Which also we realized, we've been watching a lot of dating shows recently, and usually when someone goes, oh, I own a condo, we're all like, wow. And I was like, man, that is so millennial of us. Like, you own a house? Wow, look at that.
Yeah, so I think you could own a house in Austin, Texas 2 years ago.
Yeah, if you have $100,000 in the bank on top of, I don't really know, but
yeah.
Obviously, I don't own a house. I just spend all my money that I go, I got it, now it's gone.
On Airbnbs, not even rent.
Which I give it to people like him. He buys a house and then I fund that, essentially.
We gotta start doing that.
We'll figure that out. Anyway, we went to Austin, Texas. Everybody, we all talked to every single person that went there was like, yo, this city is fire. It is straight, it is lit on God, no cap, straight sussing about it.
Whatever the kids
straight
said.
P, yeah, it's P, it was P, all right?
Yeah. Or everyone had always wanted to be there. I was kind of like, please let me know how it is.
Right.
Like they were excited for us to kind of scope it out for a month.
Everyone is aware of how dope that city is. It's in the middle of America, essentially, which is, I feel like the first, because normally it's coast cities is like what's blown up, but it's like a new age city that like literally is blossoming in front of us.
Yeah. Which I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, thanks to remote life.
Right.
It does, because it's like, why are cities built around water? It's because of like supply chains, right? It's like they have to be near water.
That
now,
there's a port, etc.
I don't really know this, but this is what I think. I got A's in history because it's just memorization, but guess what? It's gone after that test.
Geography?
I don't know.
That?
Yeah, who knows?
But Austin, Texas, so for that road trip, I flew down from LA to Atlanta.
Yes.
And we took Will's car,
oh my
Green
God.
Dragon.
The Green Dragon, which FYI.
I was terrified, remember, of driving. I had never driven his car.
No.
Because I drive like a little Honda Fit, right?
Yeah.
And Green Dragon is just, I don't know what it was, Honda Civic. It felt like 2 times the size.
It was an 02 Honda Accord.
Whatever that means. It was really long.
2021, right? So it's an old car. It's also really long.
It's been almost 20 years, yeah.
Yeah, so we were like, yeah, she's afraid of driving it, but I'm also just like, can this car get us there?
Right. Remember when I made that crazy U-turn though? As soon as I
immediately,
started driving and it almost killed.
A UPS truck was like, I'm just going to go right through them. Like, I hate my life. I'm going to just drive straight through this so I don't have to like...
That is when I realized it's so fucking long. Like, I can't just make turns easily. I have to plan ahead while I'm driving.
Yeah, I can't just do right angle... 180-degree turns on a dime, like a helicopter or something. Yeah, that was terrifying.
I barely slow down on my turns as is. So.
I think that was the first time. FYI, I think this is relatable. Everyone, that first time when you sit in the passenger seat of your car and you're like, this is weird, man. Okay, well now imagine you're going to die like the first time you also feel that.
We're going into a highway.
Yeah.
On a road trip.
Just in the backwoods of wherever.
But we did it.
She flew to Atlanta, Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, yeah. Your mom had a little cute party.
Oh, she did. Because that was the second time she ever met you.
Yeah. But this was the first time we like ever hugged and everything because it was post-vaccines.
Yes.
So it was like we can touch.
Second dose in.
Yeah.
So we were at that time invincible. At that, everyone thought.
Yeah. Did we say this was May 2021? Just to give a timeline.
Right. Exactly.
Cinco de Mayo, yeah.
So... Cinco de Mayo, she landed. We had a little party, obviously. Had some drinks, and then was it the next day or maybe
I think it was like 2 days later,
something like that.
Like
I don't know,
or something.
And then we do the road trip. So last episode we talked about the road trip up to Portland and how beautiful it was. So in the Southeast, which I forgot, even though I'm born and raised there, it's just woods.
Yeah.
It's trees on trees.
Flat.
So flat and just trees, baby. So it was like. You don't see nothing.
But I will say, for me, being the first time I was driving your car, it was very perfect. I don't know how else to say. Like, it was really easy.
Nothing to distract
drive. You. Yeah, like I'm just a straight line.
Right.
Just you can do it.
Yeah, and so we booked it basically in 2 days. No, the first day we stopped in Alabama.
Oh yes.
And that's where we started that story last time. So. We need hand sanitizer because we're still, on top of that.
Life.
Yeah. And some just nice little old lady, man. She just was like, we don't really have any, but I have some in my pocket. And she she got a makeshift tube and squeezed half of it in there and gave it to me. Also, she wasn't wearing a mask or anything. And at that time, that was kind of ballsy, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, but you have hand sanitizer in your pocket ready to go? Okay, whatever. And so... The first night, so same deal. How we road trip is we're all right, let's split. I think was it 14 hours?
Most of the time, 10 hours the first day or.
But how long was Atlanta to Austin? I think it was
14 or 16. Something
it wasn't 16. I don't think we ever cleared 16. Yeah, 14. Okay, so whatever. We split that up, and we're like, we also left in the middle of a work day.
Yeah, right? But I think on a Friday this time.
Yes, right. And so we're like, let's drive 6 hours, which was. Huntsville, Alabama is where we stopped.
I don't even remember that.
And so this time we picked a Days Inn to stay in. Remember this?
We have is that where we had a little date night? I had fish and chips and...
No, we went to Zaxby's because you never had it.
Why am I so confused with all our stops?
Well...
the stops, I'm just blurred.
Some people would say you're... No.
Very great.
I'm kidding. You're not. Only,
what was the conversation?
I don't know. Anyway, so we went and got Zaxby's. She never had Zaxby's. Shout out. It's if you're not in the Southeast, really just 4 states, even 3 states. I don't know. It's
I wonder if Leah's ever had it.
Probably not. That's her sister. But
she loves chicken anything.
It's like Chick-fil-A, but minus the homophobia that we're aware of. So who knows, man, these companies. Anyway, it's really good. It's very similar to Chick-fil-A. It's almost like some people would choose Zaxby's over Chick-fil-A. It's really good. She never had it, so we went and got some Chick-fil-A. Because once again,
Zaxby's.
The common theme, we're in a small town in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Every chain you could ever imagine. And I was like, Zaxby's?
Sold. We
Let's
got
go.
the little boxes, right?
Yeah.
Fire chicken tenders.
So good for fast food.
I'm drooling right now. We just had dinner and I'm like, I want chicken tenders.
So good, right? So we picked that up, ate it. Changed your life. You're a different person. You still glow from it. You're still radiating.
I dream about Zaxby's.
I know.
A lot of food I dream about.
It's mostly chicken-based food, which who doesn't like chicken? It's the best. But so we eat that. We get to our hotel. Immediately, we're like, man, it smells kind of weird in here. How would you describe...
Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot about this.
Yeah, I knew it because I was bringing this up and I was like, your face is not changing. I'm like,
oh my God.
How do you remember how terrible this was?
Days In.
It was a Days In. Fuck you, Days In. Fuck you, Days In.
Never sponsor us.
Hell no.
We will not accept it.
We're not taking that shit. What are we, trailer trash, man? Fuck that place.
What did it smell like? It obviously, I don't know if you have a funny way of describing it, but go.
Kind of. All right. All right. Imagine, let's take a homeless guy of 40 years. Okay. And then imagine you took 100 cigarettes, cigarette butts from other homeless people's mouths. You shoved it up his ass.
Ew.
And that was the ashtray of what this place smelled like. It was terrible.
But combined with like Febreze.
No, they didn't even try and mask it.
You don't think so?
No, because they didn't give a fuck, man. It's Days In. They're like
fully notice how bad it was gonna be. So I think it was a little bit.
I'm pretty sure there was like an ongoing murder investigation in our room.
That place was terrible.
There's still like blood on the walls. Yeah, it was really bad.
Gross.
It was really bad. Motel 6 is where we stayed at the other time. Way better. Which is like
Motel 6 is
you would
great.
think they can compare, but I guess not. Days In sucked, man.
No, we learned the motel ways, and
so we're laying in bed, and it's like also it's just straight. I swear, like nicotine coming off the wall. So we're both like wide awake at 2 a.m. 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
You guys don't know this because why would you? But I can go to sleep in half a millisecond, I think. Like
it's absolutely unbelievable. They should put her in a box. Scientists should do studies on her.
Yeah.
They should process how she does it, give it to the rest of us because it is crazy how fast she falls asleep.
Basically, as soon as I touch the pillow or Will's shoulder, I am out.
Yeah.
That night, I couldn't sleep. Like, it was unheard of. Yeah, until, was it 4 a.m. that we're like, okay, if it's 5 a.m. and we haven't slept, let's just fucking go.
Yeah, right. We were literally like, we're not sleeping. So what's the point of just laying
Can't breathe.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm wide awake, man. I'm like aware.
Right.
Like not kind of like I'm in and out or whatever.
Right.
I'm like, I can solve like math problems right now. I'm like, anyway, so
gross.
Yeah, it was so bad. So I think we just eventually did fall asleep for like a couple hours.
3 hours. I think we woke up by 8. So I think it was like a 5 to 8 situation.
Or
we
7.
did fall asleep.
I remember the sun was like coming up.
Yeah.
And it was summertime. So what's that, 7?
But we woke up and we're like, yes, we slept a little. Let's get the fuck out.
Yeah. I'm
pack up and
tired
go.
of this. Yeah. And so anyway, we get in the car and we're like, let's get out of here. Jeez Louise.
But that was also then like a few hours later when we were almost at Austin and you were driving the most tired you've ever been on a road trip.
Really?
Remember how much you were dying?
No.
It's like you couldn't wait to park the car. Like we were like pulling up in Austin and you were just so exhausted. Obviously, we only slept like 2 hours.
Right. I kind of remember.
And I think it was finally hitting you and you were just like dead. I mean, I was dead too, but you were driving, so it's like extra dead.
I remember driving
We were like passing all those farms, like everything looked sleepy as shit. There was nothing happening. Yeah. And then out of nowhere, the city shows up because I remember we were both like, where is it?
Yeah, because we drove through Houston, which is very obvious. Mm-hmm. You drive through, like literally through Houston.
Yeah.
And then we're like, come on, where are you, Austin? Let's go, Austin. Let's go, Austin.
We need to get, like, I remember thinking, like, we don't have the right address. Like, I don't see a city and we're supposed to be there in 20 minutes type of thing. Yeah. And it just, like, popped out of nowhere.
Pops up. And then it was also, like, I remember we did hit traffic immediately because it was, like...
That's when I think you were dying.
Oh, hell
That's
yeah.
what I remember.
Imagine falling asleep at the wheel and then you hit traffic. Stop and go traffic.
Right.
And it was also one of those, like, our exit was one of those, like... Everyone gets off of an exit. So it's like traffic's moving to your left, but you're stopped, which makes you even more angry. Yeah. So that kind of woke me up.
But then we did see the lake, right? I think Lady Bird Lake, and everyone was like in their kayaks. Yeah. And that was so like exciting. Yeah, like, oh my God, we are here. But then that's when we were stuck in our exit and like couldn't move.
Which FYI, we didn't really know, but Austin is on water.
I don't think I had any idea.
It kind of goes back with what we were talking about, cities that are on water. Austin is on water.
Yeah.
So all cities are on water, I guess.
Yeah, I loved it. It's like, you can tell that's just the lifestyle. Like everyone has like a kayak or a paddleboard and like, as someone from Miami, I'm like, yes, this is my kind of city.
They love paddleboards there, for sure. So the drive definitely sucked. It was terrible. But we got there. I feel like what time was it? It was dark, I remember. And then we were like trying to figure out food. That took a minute.
We got like burgers off Postmates. Nothing crazy.
Philly cheesesteaks or something. I don't know. Some
easy.
Yeah.
With meat.
Some delicious. Yeah, meat, cheese, bread. Boom. That's most things. So what was the biggest thing that it was the only time we did it with this place?
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we get there and only in this city we've had roommates we've stayed with. So we got there Saturday night. We were on our own till I think Monday. Like it was like that weekend we were on our own, and then our first set of roommates, because we also did two sets of roommates.
So the plan was to always, we were like, what if we could generate a community almost that we all travel together.
We both have so many friends, I feel like, so it was also like that could be so fun. Also obviously the more people the cheaper it'll be, probably.
Which it was really a nice, obviously, I mean, it's how it always goes, right? That's why you have roommates, to make it cheaper. That's why you travel with your girlfriend, to make it cheaper.
That's why.
no, because she's great and it's wonderful and all that stuff too, and it's cheaper. But yeah, because it was one of those things where we're like, this is going to be dope. Whatever. It's a really short term. So we had a group of your friends initially that were like, we were trying to get a month and like, we can't do it. So we're like, what about 2 weeks?
Yeah. So we were thinking of like, I guess ideally couples too, right? So it just wasn't like, oh my God, we have to find another person. Like, are they going to be okay with sharing a room? So, and then who is working remote? So, my best friend Alex and her boyfriend, fiance now, but I think boyfriend at the time, both were working remote. So it was like, perfect, let's do it. Like 2 weeks, they're gonna come, right? They can't do a whole month, but 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we honestly kind of just started reaching out to like anybody else we knew. Like it didn't have to be a best friend situation.
Right.
And our friend / coworker Haley
/ my boss now.
Yeah, was super down.
Yeah.
Because we knew she was living in like upstate New York in like her family's place, kind of not paying for rent. So we're like, okay, someone like that is more likely to say yes, let's ask her. And she was down for a week also. So
we had roommate. This is the only time we did it. And we say only time because what we learned was roommates fucking suck.
No, just more not our cup of tea.
I think every single human being, the less people they can choose to live with, they're going to choose that.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to live with people. It always will be, because that's your personal space and all that stuff. And so the initial first thing was like so we had we have roommates, which is like, okay, whatever. It's going to be fun, and it was fun. But it's like the biggest thing that a lot of people don't understand when they're coming, like both times in this scenarios are like, they're vacationing. Like we're living here and we're continually doing this. And both people were basically living rent free in their own home states.
Why, where they're from.
And so it was like, they come in to ball out and we're like, cool. Which we chose not. I mean, you have to pick and choose your battles there, but it's like we chose not to. But it's like, it is a constant tease of like what they're doing. And
like, especially like Alex and Adam, right? Huge foodies. They want to go eat everything. And I'm like, of course I want to go eat everything too. But it's like, we have to be responsible and not, like we're going to stay in. Like maybe we'll meet you for a drink after. Like, balance it out.
Right.
But yeah, that's a good point. It's like they're kind of vacationing and we're like, well, this is our life. Like it is a certain lifestyle, but like the only way we can make it sustainable is if we don't vacation every time we go somewhere, right?
It's like, imagine it's like, I don't know if you've ever, had friends from out of town that visit and you take them out and do it like that. And usually that's like a weekend, let's say. But imagine you lived with them and it was for 2 weeks. Oh, and then those people like, you got new ones. Like they rotated. Yeah. And you're like, dude, this is a lot, man.
Yeah. But it was fun to like go out and like these are our friends. Like that part was fun. I think for me, what made me realize I didn't want to continue doing that, at least last year.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, because like at the end of the day, I still haven't seen you for a month, like we are long distance. So it's like, I see you in Austin now. And I feel like I didn't have that much like alone time because it's like we're always doing the group thing, which is really fun. Right. But like I just felt like that was probably the place where we had like the least one-on-one time. Right. You know, like when was it really? Yeah. When we go to bed.
And that was like, the big thing. Remember how so we had a porch and it was dope. I love porches, man. I'm from the South and I don't know, maybe that's just a Southern thing, but like sitting out on the porch and you can unwind. And so we had this dope, like, what are they called? Swing thing?
But like the big ones. I don't know.
Oh my God, I can't. Yeah, I'm from the South, but I don't know the words. Anyway, it was one of those and it was dope. And so we would go out there constantly because it was like, were they going to sit on the bench with us?
Yeah. Like, so that was like our kind of like alone, escape. Like we just need a minute. Like maybe let's have lunch with the two of us out there. So that was like my thing. Like I was like, roommates are great, but it's like for us when I'm doing long distance and I haven't seen you for a month and it's the only time I see you and it's like with a group. Yeah. It just felt like I got half of you, if that makes sense.
No, totally. Yeah,
Not to be dramatic.
No, I mean, but it was.
I still had a great time, but yeah, I was just like, I don't know if I want to do this every time because then, like, what is that going to do to our relationship down the road?
In the sense of like, it's like you're only in a double date scenario.
Yeah, which double dates are so fun.
They're fun. Yeah. But you don't do them all the time.
Right. You have one-on-one dates. Generally, and double dates.
It's every really long distance. It's usually one-on-one dates. Which we had some moments like that, but it was a lot of, it's just a group setting, you know? It makes it cheaper, but, you know. It was cool. It was an experience, you know?
Yeah, so... so we had roommates, we have our place. What's like stuff that stuck out from Austin that like, I guess like fit the stereotype, right? Like how last time we asked, like, what did you think Portland was going to be like? Did we have anything in mind when it came to Austin?
So initially what I saw for sure is everyone was fit as fuck. Everyone was super cut. Yeah. And this is what I realized too is any city that's like an outdoorsy city, everyone's fit. Yeah. Everyone's fit. And I guess it kind of makes sense because they're outdoors moving. If you're moving, if it's a moving city, they all were very fit.
Yeah. Totally. Not that I was looking, but it was like when guys were running shirtless.
Yeah, tell me more.
There was like no jiggle.
Just kidding.
Anywhere.
I was like, get out of here lately. I'm trying to look at these boys.
Yeah, I was like, how are you running and just flat six-pack?
Yeah, just fucking...
What is that?
Granite steel diamonds.
Yeah, also it's hot. Obviously, the South. So I'm also like, how are you running in this heat? Like, are you going straight to the lake?
Right. Everyone's very fit. Also, it's like, it is the antithesis to like Portland, let's say, because everyone is like, and Portland is a little older, starting to have kids. This is like right before that. I guess these are still like people on Tinder, you know, they're not married yet.
Or Hinge.
Or, yeah, sure.
How serious do you want to be?
Right, okay. Or if you're an independent lady on Bumble.
Yeah, or Bumble.
You're making that first move because you're a boss.
Well, I feel like I've actually heard a lot of people in Austin use Bumble, like girls do, to find girlfriends. Because again, Austin is very, one, millennial run, right? But then two, it is a lot of transplants now, right? Like it's like everyone is moving there. Yeah. You're not necessarily from Austin. Maybe you're from Texas and that's the move you made. But again, I just feel like a lot of people move there. So everyone's like friendly and wants to make friends and is going out of their way to do that because they're starting a whole new life in this like very up and coming city. So
here's another realization we had in Austin. I brought this up to you because if you don't see the consistency, and we're going to keep saying this the whole time, is initially we're in Portland and we're like, damn, everyone here is so nice. And then we're in Austin and we're like, damn, everyone here is so nice.
So nice.
And then I go, maybe everyone in LA just fucking sucks and they're assholes. And you're from Miami, so everyone's just kind of a dick. They're a superficial fucking prick. And guess what? The rest of America, at least, is nice and open and wants to be your friend and doesn't want anything from you. They just want to have a human interaction and a connection, and they just want to have a great conversation. I mean, fuck, we were in our apartment and some 45-year-old dude named Tex. I still remember. He was awesome. He was just like, yo, what's up? You live there? Oh, I'm blah, 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 blah. And I was like, yeah, man, you're a dope dude. And it was just like, they were so nice.
Yeah. So with that also, in Austin, we broke our COVID virginity cherry.
So this was a big deal. I mean, it is like losing your virginity.
You'll never forget it. It had been a year of we had never gone to a bar. I feel like we barely had gone to.
Hell no.
Did we ever even eat at an indoor restaurant?
Yeah, we did in Portland. We did.
Okay, in Portland.
Yeah,
exactly.
which is like the
almost
most,
a year
like,
later.
Everyone cut slits in their masks.
Right. So it's like we had never gone to a bar.
Right. And so we also, I mean, we made it a point to be vaccinated before that. We were like, all right, we got to time this out. Also for me, it was like in that span, I'm like, I'm not. You got to get the second dose within a month. And I'm like, I don't live anywhere for a whole month.
Yeah.
So I had to split it. It was terrible, but I mean, I got it done. And then, so we're in Austin, Texas, which was probably the dopest city to rip that Band-Aid off.
Wait, but do you remember how it was like the CDC said
right.
on Thursday.
Right.
The CDC said something like, I don't remember, but it was something along the lines of like, no mask, no social distancing, like basically you're a free-for-all if you're vaccinated. And that was like on a Thursday, and Friday or Saturday we were like, we're going out. Should we do it? Like the CDC said.
Well, we were like planning on it, but yeah.
I think it was after that, though.
Was it?
Because I remember, like, I don't know if you remember it this way, but I definitely remember us in the beginning of getting to that bar being like, uncomfortable, like, should we be doing this? Like, oh my god, what are we doing?
We chose an outdoor one. I don't know if we did that on purpose or if it just was. I can't remember. Do you remember?
I don't remember that. I just remember us being like, oh my god, we're doing it, like, even in line.
Yeah.
And then I feel like we kept telling each other, or at least I did, like, the CDC said we can do it. Like, so we're doing it.
Yeah, it was a surreal feeling.
And it was the crazy, this was not like a chill, let's have a cocktail bar.
No. It was a rager.
It was so fun.
So fun. it was so fun.
But it's like totally the type of place that is packed, has like a bunch of different areas, like everyone is dancing.
Bachelor parties.
All the bachelorettes and bachelor parties. Like, it was a great fucking night.
Rainy Street. It was so fun. Rainy Street is dope. I don't know. Shout out Rainy Street.
Yeah. Love
nothing.
it.
I mean, talk about nightlife in Austin.
That was so fun.
It's the best.
I've told everyone, because, like, again, like, coming from Miami, I feel like I love Miami's nightlife. You know, like, LA, I feel like it took a while for me to even find the good places.
Yeah.
Because it's like, for me, I like to dance, you know?
Yeah,
like,
right.
I know there's a different vibe.
Yeah.
You too. Yeah. Like, okay, let's go have a drink. But, like, if I'm going out, I usually want to dance, right? Like, I don't want to be super fucked up just, like, sitting somewhere.
Yeah. Well, we like the hybrid. So this is the biggest thing, right? That, like, so with LA in particular, it took me a minute to figure out. It's like either you go to a dive bar, which is sit down, play a board game, drink an IPA, or you go to a fucking club with a bunch of Persians and they're just doing cocaine like crazy.
Oh god!
And we're like,
or you have a promoter.
Yeah. Well, I don't have fucking tits, so So. We're always looking for like that, like where we're from, like a hybrid bar. It's like, there's a dance floor and a bar, whatever.
Yeah.
If you want to dance, or you can just chill at the bar, whatever. And so
that's the both worlds.
Austin is exactly that.
Oh, it was so good. Also, what we love is like taking an Uber somewhere, and then you can move around and not have to take another Uber somewhere else.
It's a street.
So it was like a whole street filled with so many options.
I mean, you should call it boom, 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 boom. Because it's all
boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, it's all together. It's amazing because it's like
so great.
You just pop in. It's like you want to think about the most perfect pub crawl. Okay, boom. That's there's two. It's Rain Street and 6th Street, and it's amazing.
They were both killers.
Nightlife was, I think, out of every place we've been in America, Austin hands down got it figured out.
It was so fun.
Yeah. And Athens, Georgia.
Never been
College
there.
town.
Yeah.
UGA, shout out. Playboy's number 5th party school in the nation.
What an award.
Yeah, hottest girls.
Must be proud.
And the most bars per capita. Yeah, fuck yeah, why not?
I want to go.
Yeah, we should go. We're actually, we're not too old.
Are we too old?
No. A lot of old people go there. I remember being there and they were like...
I'm still in my 20s.
50-year-old.
I can do it.
Yeah, you are, but...
I am.
No, there's like old people there. Like, it's good. It's a good time. Anyway, so...
Nightlife.
Athens,
right.
Austin, just go to what is that? Athens, Austin. So 2-syllable A... starts with an A, city.
Yeah.
And they're fun. I guess.
Yeah. Another thing was the food, right?
Food was amazing.
Food was really good.
It's the South, baby.
A lot of variety. Like we had no idea. Amazing sushi. You love sushi.
I wouldn't call it amazing.
Well,
but
I
it
don't
was
think
good.
the place we went to, but remember
It surprised-
Dorian was like, they have really good sushi.
It surprised
here
the
and
fuck
here
out of me. I'll say that. Because I was eating sushi in LA, which is like, LA is known for like, because it's, Pacific fish, I guess, is better. And then it's like, okay, there's Austin, it's a landlocked. Like, usually landlocked, it's like, oh, they gotta freeze it and ship it. But it was like, the sushi was really good. It was like, it's surprisingly like, Atlanta sushi, like that, I was like, I thought it was gonna, yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That noise is exactly what you would think.
Sorry.
You're trying to hold back a laugh. That's what I thought it was gonna be. But it wasn't. It was really good.
Basically, this to say, it goes way beyond just like barbecue. Like,
Yes,
Austin really
right.
has it all. Like, we had great food there. And I feel like it was even a quarter of what we could have had.
We could have done more. Yeah, we really could have. But we were hanging out with your friends or the roommates too much.
Yeah.
And we were like, damn it. So we didn't explore it like as much as we did in Portland on the food aspect. But I can tell you it is there.
But
and it's
also,
amazing.
they would go out on their own, right? Because we wouldn't go out to eat with them. And they would come back like, oh my God, talking about
Their
all these
minds were
places. And
blown.
we're like, oh, we should have gone with you. But
Yeah.
we're not trying to ball out every night.
But we went to, all right, so the best thing we had, and there's a million things.
Oh, this is so good.
Yeah, it's called Burr Biscuit. These were it was Nashville hot chicken sandwiches, all that stuff.
But then with like a honey drizzle.
Oh my God.
Remember that? That was my favorite.
I have a
Spicy with the
boner.
honey. Spicy with the honey drizzle.
Oh, it was
yeah.
so good. We had different. Anyway, so it's called Burr Biscuit, and it's actually like fried. It's chicken biscuits, which I don't
But
know.
giant ones,
Yes.
not like
No, they're like burger size.
yeah.
If that
It's
makes
like
sense.
a sandwich because I usually think of chicken biscuits like
Yeah, little.
I don't
It's
know,
a biscuit.
smaller,
It's
you
a
know, like
biscuit.
the Chick-fil-A
Yeah,
ones
but
or whatever.
right.
These were like a sandwich.
Oh my God, juicy.
No, I'm drooling again.
Juicy with 7 O's.
How
Juicy.
can we recreate that or go back to Austin for that?
I know. I really want to because it was so good. The biggest thing though, all right, so these are all the positives.
Right, we do have negatives.
Biggest negative. Take it
The
away.
biggest negative.
Easily.
It rained every single day.
Every single fucking day, man.
And we are not exaggerating when we say that. I know we can I
No.
exaggerate a shit ton.
And when I say rain, when we say rain, have you ever been inside of a hurricane? Okay, it's like that, but
and
like
again,
every day, dude.
every day. And again, we're from the South. We know rain.
Yeah.
We're used to it.
Tornadoes.
For me to be like, I'm so sick and tired of this. Like it was.
You're from Miami. You rains
Yeah.
every day there.
Right, but okay, the biggest
stops.
difference is in Miami, it can rain from 9 to 12 p.m. can be a rainstorm,
Yeah.
and then the rest of the day is going to be the most gorgeous day you've ever had.
Sure, Miami's
or vice
like that.
versa,
Well, that's
right?
very specific to Miami, but yeah.
Well, that's what I'm used to.
Right.
I've always hated the rain since I was a little girl anyway. So when you put me in Austin for a month and it rained every single day, like all day,
Yeah.
I definitely started feeling it. Like I feel like my emotions, personality definitely get affected
It was
by
annoying.
the weather.
It was so annoying. Like
Also-
you're trying to do stuff. Like remember that one night? So like you're trying to go out. Remember we were trying to go out and we called an Uber, and then I sort of got like Zeus came down and was like, "Fuck y'all, you're not going nowhere."
This was crazy. And it's like we also needed like 3 more minutes, right? And Ubers be crazy and they will leave, right?
Mm-hmm,
So I'm like, I was feeling cocky, right? I had a little bit too much to drink. I was like, I'm gonna go tell him, guys.
Yeah.
And I run downstairs and I go like I don't know, 10 feet. I run to the Uber and I tell him like, oh my God, can you wait? I run back. I literally get upstairs and my clothes is drenched. Like I have to throw it into the dryer.
Complete change.
My hair is like you can squeeze the water out. I had to change my whole outfit. Like that's how much it was raining.
No, I mean
that's how much it was raining.
It sounds like an exaggeration, but like legit,
it really
like
does.
it was like, and there were so many nights like that were like it's you know, when trees are smacking against the windows, and it's just lightning and thundering, and we're like, we're getting lit and going out, I guess.
Also, it is such an outdoorsy city. Like even stuff like all the bars are outdoors. Like that is the vibe. And it was like we had to start looking up like what to do in Austin when it rains. So we went to like the library.
Yeah, the
library was actually really cool.
The library was fun.
It was beautiful.
It was so beautiful. We'll talk about that in a second. But what's so funny is like, now I just thought about this. Circle back to like, it's a very millennial city. What's a very millennial thing that we're gonna have to deal with forever? Fucking global warming.
Hate
so it's a millennial city, and we're dealing with like global warming climate because it is. You talk about a city that just gets fucked from global warming. It is like Austin because it was like our power went out for like. What is it like? Just randomly 4 hours,
and then we went to like an outdoor bar.
No, well, first we were sitting on the porch, and everyone else was coming out, and we're just drinking wine, and we're yelling across. We're like, "Yo, is your power out?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "This sucks." And they're like, do you guys remember the snowstorm?" We're like, "We're just visiting." And they're like, "That shit was. Remember the snowstorm that hit that place?" And they didn't have power for like months. People died and shit.
I will say the weather is right now my only my biggest contest.
Yeah. So with that said about the weather is when we got a beautiful day, we're like, we got to take advantage of this because it is like an outdoor city. That's why everyone's ripped in the water. So we finally had a beautiful day.
We did.
And immediately we're like, what do? You go out on the lake. You gotta
Lady Bird.
Oh. It was so beautiful.
Gotta go kayaking. That's what you have to do. Like at least I had one thing I had to do in Austin and was kayaking on Lady Bird.
Yeah, you had to do it. It was either, and also paddleboarding there is huge. Yeah, but we're like, we're not trying to do. I think we were like, we don't want to do that much of a workout today. Zero workout. I don't want to work out. I want to chill.
I just want to lay and kind of paddle.
I'm gonna let you. That's why you sat in the front of that. And I was like, yeah, you just keep paddling.
No, that's not how it works. But
well, if you're in the back, it is.
Yeah, I can't see you.
Right, exactly. So we went out, we got kayaks, we got out there on the lake, amazing.
I don't know, for like 3 hours, I don't know, it was like we were loaded up with our drinks, like we were set.
Yeah, and as was all of Austin, they were all out there. Because remember we were paddling, it was dope, and then we eventually hit like a section of the river. Yeah, it was like literally like a bar in the middle of the lake.
All the boats were there, all the kayaks, all the paddleboard. Like everyone was there and you can see like the skyline. It was just like picture perfect.
Yeah, literally. We took pictures. It was amazing.
Yeah, posted it on my Instagram.
Hell yeah, you did. Got so many likes. Ooh, all the likes. So millennial.
All the likes. It was great.
Yeah.
Perfect day.
So, perfect day. Beautiful day, right? So... Day finishes up. Okay.
We're getting tired, hungry probably. Time to go home.
Yeah, hungry, tired. It's like 5 o'clock. Let's get back. So we paddle back, drop our kayak off at the rental spot, whatever, get out. And we go back to where I park my car. And my car is gone. Literally.
We cannot make this up.
Which I don't know if you've ever had it happen where you like, especially when you like, you're not like, where did I park my car? Is it here? Is it there? But like, you know, you parked it right there and your shit is gone. It is a bad feeling.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
wait, what?
Did it get stolen? That's usually the first.
But we were like, he has an O2. It couldn't have gotten stolen. You know?
I didn't think that, but no. Yeah, it's an old car. Who's going to steal a fucking piece of shit car?
Yeah, I'm like, there's no way they stole it.
Yeah, exactly. No, for real. I think, yeah, for real. And then we're like, what happened? I remember you were like, man, this is why you need a day Latina, because you were like, I'm going to find a cop and I'm going to berate them. And I was like, oh my God.
Well, I could see where his station was or whatever, and then he was gone as soon as I was ready to talk to him.
Right, because we're like, if I was illegally parked, which we weren't, because we took pictures before we left.
No, it was literally like, okay, you know where there's like a sign that says don't park from here to the left, and there's like an arrow pointing to the left, right? It was like we were literally parked on the other side of that sign. Like we were the next car. So it's like we 100% knew we were fine.
Right.
How could we have gotten towed? Everybody else is parking there. Are they all getting towed? Is this a new car every hour? Like, what is going on?
That's right. I forgot about that. It was like just my car was towed, which is why it felt like it was stolen or something, because it was surreal that it was like, the car behind me wasn't towed. The 3 cars behind me weren't towed.
And also we called, right? We like found out that the car was towed.
I learned this. If you don't know this, I learned this and I've only had to use it this one time. I think it's 311 or 411. 311.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah, it's it's like the 911 but for information. And it was apparently like you can find out if your car is towed. Mm-hmm. So we call and they're like, your car got towed and it's gonna be here. It was just like,
yes, but they also told us a police officer is the one that called it in.
Right.
So that's why I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Like, let me go ask him. Like, it's literally that guy. It's been the same guy there the whole day.
Yeah.
What is his problem?
Right.
But of course, when we go over there, he's gone. Like, we waited for like almost 30 minutes while we're trying to figure out where's the car. Like, now we have to get an Uber to outskirts of Austin. Like, middle of nowhere.
Always. Why are tow truck companies like not in the city? They're literally in the suburbs. Far as fuck away. I mean, they probably do that on purpose. They're like, I mean, every mile is an additional dollar bill.
God. Yeah. So they're not in downtown.
Yeah. Oh my God. Of course. So it's like we called the Uber and we're just it was just like, talk about finally getting a perfect day, and then it was just like slapped in the face by reality of like, you don't get a good day. Fuck you. You got to deal with some shit. And so we're in the car, and once again, though, remember our Uber driver? She was so nice. So
we didn't want to talk.
No, we didn't want to talk.
We were so annoying. Like I'm like, lady.
That's right. Yeah.
Like, where are you guys going?
Right. Oh, how was your day? Was it good? And we're like, I don't want to talk right now. I'm trying not to be like angry.
Wait, but remember we got there and it looked super closed, and then we told her like, oh, we're coming because the car got towed.
And then she's like, oh, that's why y'all were feeling so weird. Like, she could sense that we're like, we are not feeling good. But you know how nice she was? She was like, she was like, I'll wait here for y'all. Just let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know if it's not a real thing. And
no, she was so nice. I'm pretty sure she came back in to check. Like,
I am not pretty sure. I know because we forgot. Because we got in there and immediately I'm just trying to get my car and we totally forgot. And then she came and she's like, you guys are good? Okay, cool. Like, that was like 10 minutes. Yeah, what a nice little... That's what I'm saying, man.
We were in the middle of nowhere, so thank you.
We were. She was such a nice lady.
Didn't have to do that.
No, not at all. Like, she didn't have to do that at all. And she totally did it. And it like... And even... I mean, I will say, I don't know any other... I've never been towed other than there. And even the tow truck people were like, honestly, like, pretty chill about it.
Yeah.
I feel like usually tow people are used to like... obviously being yelled at, and so they're gonna be dicks back to you, and these people are just, they're pretty chill, because the whole time I'm just like, so like, what was the police report? What did he say? And they're like, we don't know, like, we just pick up the car, like, it's not, like, we don't know. And then of course it was like, they have my car, and they gotta have your car insurance, and I was like, I have car insurance. They're like, all right, well, what is it? And I was like, well, it's in the front, whatever. And they're like, well, it's expired. And I was like, well, it's not. It's just the date's fucked up because I should print it out every time, but I'm a millennial. I don't have a printer. And so I was like, and then I had to remember my like Apple ID, which is like so hard. Anyway, so I got my car insurance. They finally gave me the car. And it was just like, once you get in your own car, you're like, this is surreal, man. Like, I can't believe my car it's like you own it, but someone can just take it from you if they want to, I guess.
Right.
And then you got to pay money to get your literal money, like the thing you own back, which is kind of insane.
So that sucked. But then I was like, we're not going to let it ruin this perfect day. Like, it was such an amazing day.
That's why you're great lately.
Let's go get wine.
Yeah, so much wine.
We got so much wine, and... what did we make? We were just like, we're going to get drunk and eat amazing food at home. This was actually one of those weekends where it was like in between roommates. So we were alone.
Yeah, thank God.
Totally had like a wine drunk dance party. The two of us were like making food.
Dope.
It turned out great.
It was so good.
But yeah, I was so determined. I was like, we're not gonna let this ruin it. I mean, it totally sucks. We should be crying right now. All but like, no, Austin, no.
No, you're not gonna take us on this beautiful day finally.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we took it back and it was ours.
It was so
we had
fun.
a good day. That was a blip, but it was still fun. We had a great time. That was a good time. So that was a new experience we've never had. What do you remember the other brand new experience we've never ever had?
My parents really can't hear this episode. But yeah, something we no, you can't do it. No. Damn it. We're gonna have to edit this.
No. What about your parents?
I don't even know if I should say it or not.
So we went to a Shabbat for the first time. Apparently,
that has nothing to do with it.
I know you're.
It was something else. The world will never know. We went to Shabbat. My parents would have loved it for me. My parents love it. That's not what it was about.
I was like, what is she thinking about? I don't know. Usually we're on the same page, but not this time.
Okay, Shabbat.
We went to a Shabbat for the first time.
We met one of our coworkers in Austin.
Yes.
And she is Jewish, very much like involved in that community. Like, I forgot what the name is, but she lives in
a
like
Jewish
the
dormitory.
houses.
Yeah, Oh, it's like a thing. That's right, in each city.
Yeah, it's like a house.
Damn, what were they called? Yeah, it's like a legit thing. Like you move to a new city, in the Jewish community, they have like almost like dorms that you can just kind of
you like
live
share this house. Super cool. And that house was the ones that would always throw the Shabbat dinner every Friday. So she invited us.
Let's explain what that is if you're not, because we didn't know either.
Sure.
Like if you're not Jewish.
We are not Jewish.
No.
How do you explain Shabbat dinner?
So Shabbat.
Take it away.
Yeah, right. As a Gentile, I would explain it as, so every Friday Jews get together and kind of have just a dinner. It's not necessarily, they do a prayer at the beginning, but it's not religious necessarily. It's just more of a community thing.
Yeah.
Of like they drink some wine and they eat some food. Like
they're present with each other. I mean, we could totally be butchering this. I'm sure there is more of a religious aspect to it.
Yeah, probably. We might.
But at least in Austin for millennials, it was very like, let's come hang out and like be together every Friday. You know?
Also, our second batch of roommates, Haley, my boss, right? So she's Jewish. Mm-hmm. Also,
her fiance
fiance's Jewish. Your friend's Jewish.
My friend Jordan.
Basically, we had a ton of Jews we're hanging out with.
So we're like, do you guys want to go to Shabbat?
Hell yeah.
And they were so excited. Yeah. So we were the only ones that were not Jewish.
No, totally. But also, you guys don't know this because you're just hearing me. I look Jewish. And so all these Jews are talking to me like I know what I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, bro. I'm not Jewish, dude.
But no, it was so wholesome fun.
Oh, like,
I'm so glad. I was so worried that it was going to be like, oh my God, are they going to find out that I'm not? But it so wasn't that. Like, it was the most welcoming, let's eat. It was like a big potluck.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was just like eating and drinking and having a good time.
And I was just like, so what do you guys think about Palestine, huh? Nah, I was like talking to Haley about it. She's like, maybe not here. I'm like, definitely not here. Duh, it's a joke, yo. I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, no.
But you know, it's so funny, man. This is why I love, Jewish people are dope. They would probably roll it. They would laugh at me. And then, you know.
If they're cool.
That food was
Most
good.
of the time,
Of course.
They are.
They're great. Everybody there was so nice and like you said, welcoming. I learned the term Jubin, which is a Jewish Cuban.
Right.
Which I was like, how often is that? Because anyway, Layla's Cuban. But also, I was like, oh, fuck, I went to college with a Jewish Cuban.
I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't know there was any Cuban that was Jewish.
We met a black Jew.
He was so cool. He was the coolest guy at the party.
Cool as shit, bro. And then Haley was like, yeah, they're cool. They're cool. I'm like,
coolest.
No, he was running that
party.
I
kept thinking like, gosh, I wish we were staying long because those are like our very last weekend, I feel like.
I would have gone again.
No, Well, I just want to hang out with him.
Oh, yeah, with him. Yeah, he was cool. All right, well, easy. What does that mean?
Not an hour,
Oh,
baby.
okay. I mean, I know I don't have nothing on a black Jew, but like, come on now. I mean, they are. I mean, I'm gonna cheat on you with him too, so it's all good.
Oh, great, perfect.
Yeah. I mean, we both will. It's all good. Individually, we'll uniquely cheat on each other.
Oh, great.
That dude was dope, though. He was so cool. But yeah, it was an experience. It was fun. I liked it.
Austin was an experience.
If you're not Jewish, check out a Shabbat. Unless you're
if you got invited, though,
an anti-Semitic piece of shit, don't go. Dear God, don't go. But if you're cool and you want to have fun, man, go. It's fun.
If you get an invite, you can't just show up.
No, I think they would accept you if you did.
What?
Hell yeah, they would.
Well,
they're so nice.
How would you find out?
Exactly. Nah, you could probably find out somewhere on websites. I don't know. There's Google.
Their Facebook group.
Yeah, I'm sure it's promoted in
what to do on a Friday night.
Right.
Shabbat.
Right. They got a dope Instagram page.
Oh, they probably do.
Yeah.
Run by Austin millennials.
Yeah. I mean, they got a black Jew. I mean, shit, dude. That guy. I mean, come on. How many of those in America? Like 7, and we got to meet one of them.
Anyway, we need to get back on track.
Oh, totally. So put us back there, Laylee.
New experience, which Austin was full of. Yeah, great city. I just feel like I kind of wanted to not close out, but like we had such a great time and not.
Right.
So it's like weird because I think everyone had such high expectations for us, like even more than we did. Like I was like, oh my God, what'd you think of Austin?
Yeah, totally.
Or like, what's your favorite city? Like that's like the number one questions people asked us last year.
Yeah.
And I feel like I was always like, I feel like my answer should be Austin, but it's not because I just like to me, it felt like literally it's like you're dating this guy and he fits all the boxes, but you just like didn't feel that connection.
Animalistic attraction. You like love him, but you don't have that physical attraction. Sorry, we just watched Love is Blind.
Quoting.
Shake! Yeah. Anyway, we'll move on from that.
Yeah, but that's what, like, it had everything we're looking for.
No, for sure.
Like.
It was literally, I mean, I'll be honest. I was just, in my space, I was having a terrible time. I was not happy.
We didn't even touch about that. Yeah, just like mentally, you were very overwhelmed. Yeah. He was juggling like 17
things.
Yeah, like I think a full-time job and freelancing and applying to a new job.
And personal projects.
Yeah.
All going insane.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. And I can honestly look back and still be like, dude, that city is still like checks all the boxes and I would live there.
So we want to go back.
Which means
give it one more shot.
Gotta be amazing, right?
Yeah.
And it is. Anyway, so real quick, we're driving back and we stopped through New Orleans because that's on the way to Atlanta and I've never been there. Have you ever been there?
I had never been there, no.
Okay, well, that shit's wild, dude. It's like we get there, let's say it's like 1 p.m. There's just, everyone's just throwing up on the streets already.
Literally, that town smells like throw up, and I love it.
I know, in a weird way.
I'm like, I'm home.
Woo! It was one of those things, I love the architecture, I love the vibe of it. Where we stay wasn't near Bourbon Street, so I was like, dude, we should have done a month here.
I think that it's really dangerous for
we would die. Yeah, we would die. We'd be buried there.
I think we should definitely go back.
That's where I want to be buried.
But not for a month.
I want to bury my children there.
But if we did live in Austin, imagine how many times we can go.
I mean, it's the same distance from Atlanta, so.
Oh.
Actually, I don't know if that's true. I think it is.
Like 8 hours?
Sure. Yeah. It's like a road trip.
8 and 8. Yeah.
So.
Doable.
It was dope, y'all.
Everyone has to go to New Orleans. And we were very tame because we had to drive the next day and I get very car sick. So I was like, we can't go too crazy tonight.
But it was one of those things we were like, we're going to start early. And guess what? That city
already started.
Well, no, it doesn't stop. So
there you go.
It just goes and goes. So we're like, we got little I call them onesies, where it's like those little $1 like shooters, which is like a shot and a half. Mm-hmm. And we just chugged a bunch of those and hit the town, baby.
Hit it.
That shit was
so
dope.
Fun.
I mean, yeah, a lot of mosquitoes. I mean, but at the same time, from the South, you're used to it. Great.
It definitely was like, out of all our road trips, one of the most like layover stops I was so excited about. You know, like usually we're stopping middle of nowhere.
Yeah, Days Inn in Alabama, and we're like, I'm gonna blow my brains out.
Yeah, and can't fucking see. But this was New Orleans. We had so much fun. Want to go back.
Yeah. Remember the cats in our Airbnb?
Oh, I hated them.
That was pretty annoying.
I'm scared of almost every animal.
We'll go real quick just to wrap this up. But it was like our Airbnb host was dope. She was cool. But it was like, it was kind of known. It was like, well, my cats, they roam where they want to roam.
Yeah, and it's like, what?
And we get there and of course our door's wide open and these cats are on the bed. So Laylee's afraid of every animal, ever.
But especially dogs and cats.
Oh, yeah. No, she's good now.
What are you doing?
I'm kidding.
My parents.
Yeah. That's what I'm kidding at.
No.
No, they don't. That's a huge joke. Duh.
Oof. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna try to find as much of a fun nightlife as we did in Austin.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Luck.
We gotta go to Brooklyn. So we're out of here, y'all. Peace.
Cabs here.